Test, 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 test. Please rise. Today is the 15th day of October in the year 2025. The Frisco Municipal Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Ron Carlson presiding.
Please be seated. For many of you, it's the first time in court, or at least first time in this court. Court procedures require that I first do an advisement, that is to review your original ticket. I am to make sure you are advised of the nature of the charges against you. Secondly, to tell you the maximum possible penalty. Third, to ask you a few questions that make sure there's a record that you've read and understood your legal rights. And then we can get to how to handle your case. And then if you're entering a plea bargain of some kind, there's another checklist of questions that I'm required to go through. All this takes a little bit of time. And I know everyone would rather be out of here as quick as possible, but it is designed to keep you informed and to protect your legal rights. That being said, as to the nature of the charge, I simply read the name of the charge. This is an entry-level court. Generally, you know what speeding is. If you want, I can read the statutory definition, but instead of a sentence, that's a paragraph. So it just slows things down, but that's up to you. If you want to hear the full ordinance, we can do that. The first case I have appears to be Sean Quick. Oh, Quirk. Handwriting error or my error, I'm not sure which. Sir, it appears that you were summoned to court to answer allegations that you were violating Model Traffic Code Section 1402, careless driving. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
The maximum penalty is 4 points on your driving record, and a possible fine as high as $2,650, though the scheduled fine is much less. But that's the maximum. Do you understand the maximum?
Yes.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review those rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No.
Do you feel you understand them?
Yes.
Do you know what a trial is?
Yes.
And you understand you have a right to hire an attorney?
Yes.
How would you like to proceed?
Not guilty and continuance to hire an attorney.
Sure. We only meet once a month. Our next court date would be November 17th, 19th. Do you think you need more time than that?
Yeah, I would think so.
All right, our December court date is December 17th then, right? I don't have the calendar in front of me. Okay, December 17th, and I set trials for 5:30. If you need subpoenas for the trial, you can get those from the court clerk for free. If there are other witnesses you need subpoenaed, but you'd be responsible for proper service and the cost of the proper service. But the subpoenas themselves can be issued by the clerk for free.
Okay. Can I speak with the clerk this evening or?
Whenever.
Yeah, I'm just looking for videotape from Summer County.
That's what we call discovery, and by just saying it on the record, you've done that, and should put that in the notes to particularly the prosecutors to provide you with the discovery. But he does that in concert with the court clerk. So you've made your request, and it's now being noted because I see her hand moving. And so the two of them will get that to you.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Any other questions?
No.
All right, we'll see you in December.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
No.
Emily Balfour. Good evening. Ma'am, you're summoned to court to answer two allegations. It's alleged that you were speeding. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
The category of speeding is 10 to 19 miles an hour over the posted limit. And in that category, the maximum penalty is 4 points on your driving record and a fine as high as $2,650. Do you understand that penalty?
Yes.
As to the other charge, it is no proof of insurance, for short, that is not being able to produce proof of the required insurance. Do you understand that charge? The maximum penalty on that would be 4 points on your driving record and a fine as high as $2,650. It also carries a minimum fine imposed by the state legislature of not less than $500 unless mitigation is shown, in which case it can be reduced to half of that. Do you understand both the minimum and maximum penalty on that charge?
Yes.
As to both charges, you were given a written advisement of legal rights. Did you have a chance to read and review that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
Not about
About your legal rights?
No.
Okay. You feel you understand your legal rights?
Yes.
Okay. And you know what a trial is?
Yes.
And you understand you have a right to hire an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. I have paperwork that says the prosecutors offered to you a plea bargain, which would be you would plead on the speeding charge, you would be reduced to a 2-point defective vehicle, and the insurance charge you would just plead to as guilty. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, but I'd like to provide more information here.
Okay. You get to make a statement before I officially impose sentence. Do you have questions before we get to that point?
No.
Okay. You understand by pleading guilty to these two charges, you're giving up the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there's no trial, no witnesses, and the prosecutor does not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
You understand it means you're giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Did anybody make any promises not said in court?
No.
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of anything?
No.
Now we've covered the required questions. How do you plead to defective vehicle?
I do not plead against that. It would be the insurance.
James?
Sure. Well, the way this is written, as I understand it, is you're pleading guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle plus pleading guilty to the insurance charge. Is that what you think you agreed to?
Yes.
Okay. So you're pleading guilty to the 2-point defective vehicle?
Yes.
And as to the insurance charge, you're also pleading guilty?
Yes, I did not have insurance,
Okay.
but
All right. Again, I know it's hard sometimes for people, but it's a process, so there are steps. And normally we do them in a certain order, essentially for a reason, so that the record's clear and people know what we're doing. All right. The court will accept both pleas finding and be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. This is the point where you get to make a statement either about what happened, what the penalty should be, or anything else you'd like to state.
great, thanks. May I approach with paperwork?
Sure.
Okay. This is my paperwork. So I understand that I was speeding. I'm grateful that that was reduced. And regarding insurance, I wanted you to note that my citation was at 7:06 p.m. And you'll see that this insurance was granted at 9 p.m. Central Time, so really 8 p.m. Mountain Time. The cop had said, and you'll see in the write-up, the last line from the cop says, defendant said she would pull over and park the car and proceed to get insurance. All of this was done. The cop had said if I was able to get insurance in a certain time frame, that he would have this be omitted. And the time was really tough. It's 7:00 p.m. I had Progressive on the phone. I had Geico and I had Dairyland. And you'll see I was able to have Dairyland follow through. 4 points is a lot for a record, and I did do everything I said. I wasn't gonna drive the car that night if I didn't get the insurance, and I did get the insurance. And I know this is a fair court, and I know that driving without insurance is illegal, but I wanted to say my part and also have you know that I had insurance 2 weeks before that I didn't renew for various reasons. So yes, it's unfortunate. I was speeding. I understand that. The insurance is unfortunate, but I feel that 6 points on a record is a lot. And if there's any way to, as the cop said, if I got insurance in that time frame, it wasn't in his time frame. He wanted it to be 20 minutes, but no one was answering my calls, and I got it 45 minutes later. I just wanted you to know that.
And unfortunately, I have to explain to you the division of labor here, that as far as the charges, the prosecutor's responsible or in charge of the charges, that the judge is only liable for trials of guilty and not guilty and what the penalty is. So I can change the monetary amount, but I can't change the charges. I don't know if you feel you had the opportunity to discuss that with the prosecutor. I can stay this for you to go back and talk to the prosecutor some more, or if you've already told him what you've told me and this is his decision, both you and I are stuck with that decision.
We did speak about it, and he said oftentimes you can cut it in half.
He's talking about the money,
Correct.
not,
Monetary.
not about the points. The points I can't change.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Sure. And I do find that mitigation, that what I will do is I will impose our usual $30 court cost, $25 surcharge, that's $55. And I will reduce normally I'm only supposed to reduce it to $250. I will reduce it to $200, so the total comes out to $255. Normally it'd be $305. Do you need a payment plan, or can you pay that?
I can pay that.
All right, if you just go to the side and talk to my court clerk, she'll, yes.
Excuse me, that's on both charges is $200? The proof of,
Total fees for both charges.
plus the
So you're
court
getting
custody.
a zero on, essentially on the defective.
Thank you. But still 6 points.
Yes, that I can't control.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can help you back this way.
Oh, I'm done? Okay. Thank you.
There's that. And, oh, this should go on to before. Corby Fleischer. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, you were summoned to court to answer allegations that you supposedly failed to stop at a stop sign. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
The penalty can be up to 4 points. Well, it is 4 points on your driving record if convicted, and a fine of up to $2,650. Do you understand the possible penalty?
Yes, sir.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review those rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
You know what a trial is.
Yes, sir.
Understand you have a right to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
I have paperwork which says the prosecutor's offered you what's called a deferred judgment and sentence. I know we went over it, but I'm required to go through it on the record. You understand you're expected to state a plea of guilty to the charge. However, that plea goes into a temporary court record we call a deferred record. If you satisfy and complete the conditions, which appear to be simply to pay the fees and to not have any other traffic violations in the state for the deferral period of 12 months, then the case would be dismissed at the end of the 12 months. On the other hand, if it's alleged at any time that you violated the conditions, then there'd be a hearing for a chance to contest the allegations. But if it was proved you violated the conditions, then the guilty plea enters on the permanent record and you get resentenced and again face those fines and penalties. Do you understand the procedure?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty pursuant to this procedure, you are giving up the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody threaten you to get your plea guilty?
No.
Anybody promise you anything not said in court? Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything that affects your ability to make a decision?
Yes, sir.
Now we've covered all that. How do you plead to the charge? Guilty or not?
Guilty.
Court accepts your plea but defers it, finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. This is a point in which you're welcome to make a statement and you're entitled to make a statement, but not required to. Is there anything you wish to tell me?
No, not beyond.
Okay. The usual charge for deferred actually costs you more money, but keeps it off your record. The deferred fee is 100, and 30 court costs for a total of 130. Not sure if, from your paperwork, if the prosecutor made that clear or not. Any problem with that?
I have no problem with that.
All right. Can you pay that this evening? Please see my court clerk.
Your Honor, you left us your charge off of that total.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Well,
On purpose.
we're good.
okay. As long as you're,
Okay.
I
Have a good evening.
I can
Thank you.
shift the numbers the other way if you want.
as long as you're
You can
aware.
make it 75, 25, and 30 instead of 100 and 30. James Wilbanks.
Yes.
Sir, you were summoned to court to answer allegations that you supposedly violated Frisco Municipal Code, section 79-2, owner failure to have control of pets. Do you understand the charge?
I understand what they said.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. All municipal ordinance offenses carry a possible penalty of up to a $2,650 fine and up to 364 days in jail. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty?
Yes,
You were provided written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review those legal rights?
this is what I was provided.
You should have gotten in court. No, what I have is this document is what I'm referring to.
He just told me to sign a paper, pretty much.
All right, well, let me go over that. This sheet of paper is an advisement of legal rights. You understand that you have a right to contest these charges.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the way we do that, we have what we call a trial. Are you familiar with what a trial is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and so this sheet basically lists all the rights that you would have leading up to a trial and at a trial, in that you are presumed innocent. And if you plead not guilty and have a trial, the prosecutor would be required to overcome your presumption of innocence and prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. It also provides that the way the trial is conducted, you have a right to cross-examine, that is, ask questions of the witnesses against you. You have the right to produce your own witnesses if you choose to, but you're not required to. You have the right to testify or not testify at your own choosing. And after all that evidence were to come in, then a decision would be made as to whether or not you were guilty of the charge. So that's what the advisement of rights sheet is about. Is there any questions about that?
The actual charge is me not controlling my dog, right?
Yes. That's correct.
All right. May I speak?
Well, let me,
Okay.
we're always cautious to tell people not to speak until I finish, so that, because anything you say could be used in a trial. So until
That's
you've
okay.
decided whether or not you're going to have a trial or not, then normally we tell people to hold on. So there's an offer here apparently for a deferred judgment and sentence, which is a way of basically keeping it off your record for still paying a fee, and and I'm not, often these require classes, does not require a class. So that's the offer. Now, how you proceed from here is up to you, and you're welcome to make a statement.
What is the offer?
The offer is for what's called a deferred judgment and sentence. And the way that works is that you're expected to state a plea of guilty or no contest to the original charge. And it goes, but instead of the normal process, it goes into a temporary court record we call a deferred record. If you satisfy and complete the conditions, and the only condition I see here is to not have any other convictions for a similar offense during the next 12 months. Basically, don't do it again. Then the case would be dismissed.
Okay.
And it would be automatically sealed from public view under Colorado law. And the downside to a deferred is if at some points alleged you have violated the conditions, you are entitled to a hearing about whether that was in fact true. But if it is found true that you violate the conditions, then the guilty plea would go to the permanent court record and you'd be subject to being resentenced and could still face those penalties I mentioned in the beginning. So in common language, I would say it's basically doubling down. Either you end up with no offense, or if you get a second offense, then you end up with two in a sense. So that's the offer for the deferred, which you may accept or reject and go to trial, whichever. And I guess originally, now that I look at your sheet, I guess you were also charged with not having vaccination of the animal.
That's what the paper says, but he was vaccinated in Washington.
Part of the plea bargain, the way it's asking you to plead guilty to the failure to have control and dismissing the vaccination charge.
Yeah, well,
So-
there should never be a vaccination charge anyway. He has his vaccination. They just weren't able to call the shelter because they were too lazy to do it.
So you're welcome to make a statement at this point or make a decision as to how you'd like to handle this.
I'm gonna make a statement. The gentleman walked up to me and I told him 4 times, my dog is protective. Please do not approach me. He still got within me to the end of this podium and my dog grabbed him. He's a red heeler chow and he protects me. He didn't do anything wrong. He did what a dog's supposed to do.
Was he on a leash?
Yes. Connected to the backpack that I was sitting on. It's not my fault that the guy didn't listen to me when I told him 4 times that my dog's gonna bite.
Well, how would you like to handle the case?
I want to be back home in Arizona as soon as possible. So if you got to charge me, charge me. I don't have any money.
Okay. There's still a way to deal with that. Unfortunately, the law in a sense is black and white. This is all on black and white paper. And so I have to have a clear way path on this. So either you can plead not guilty and have a trial, but that wouldn't be till next month, or you can accept this offer.
No.
So do you wish to enter into the deferred judgment agreement?
Do your deferred judgment. I give you enough respect to show up.
So I'm taking it that you're entering a plea of no contest or guilty pursuant to the deferred judgment agreement. Is that correct?
I guess so, sir.
And then there's required questions that I have to proceed with. And that you understand that means you are giving up the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Am I allowed to reappeal when I get back to Arizona and I'm with my lawyer?
No. If you plead pursuant to an agreement, that would conclude the case.
Well, that's okay. I'm going to sue the hell out of the police department anyway.
You wish me to continue to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you understand you're giving up all those rights?
I guess so.
Did anybody threaten you to get you to give up those rights?
Not in a matter of words.
Did anybody make any promises that have not been stated in court?
No.
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Well, it's not voluntary, but yes.
Are you under the influence of anything that affects your ability to make a decision?
No.
Now I get to ask you now that I've advised you of all the rights, do you agree to the deferred judgment process?
Yes, sir.
Court will accept your plea and the deferred judgment finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. This is normally the point we have someone make a statement, but I felt you needed to speak sooner than that. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
I'm biting my tongue right now, boss.
You, sir. This is just your opportunity.
I'm not in the wrong here, and neither is my dog.
All right. Are you working?
I'm trying to get back to Arizona so I can get back to work immediately. My car's broke down.
Okay.
And I got a new car coming within a week.
Incentives will be 8 hours of community service, which can be done anywhere, including Arizona.
Okay.
We just have to have proof from a charity and not a 501c3 nonprofit that you did the hours. They have to provide us with the proof. It will be $30 court costs.
I have no money, sir.
You can have time to pay that. It was the end of the year to pay it. It's not a huge amount, but there are administrative costs.
Right.
And that'd be by December 17th. And where in Arizona are you going?
I'm going back home to Cottonwood, Arizona.
I have a place down in Tucson, so I know where you're headed.
Either going to Cottonwood or Havasu.
Very nice. All right. If you have an address, do you have an address in advance as to where you're going?
I've been on my own on the road for 25 years.
Okay. Do you have a phone or email?
I have a phone, but I don't know the phone number, boss. It's out there charging.
Maybe we can figure a way to get that before you leave. So
I can get you a phone number that can get in touch with you.
that'd be great. What would that be?
928-301-2083, and his name is Paul.
928-301-2.
083. And his name is Paul Catapano.
And I'm sorry, I'm just slow on those last 4 digits. One more time.
2083.
Okay. He's in Flagstaff, huh?
No, he's in Georgia.
Well, I thought 928 was.
He knows how to
Flagstaff.
get a hold of me.
All right. Please see my court clerk for paperwork.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. You have to choose me between the handwriting and my eyes. Is it Gary Schumacher? Shoemaker. I don't see that R on the end there. So anyhow, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, you were summoned to court to answer 2 allegations. First, it's alleged you were reckless driving. Do you understand that term?
Yes.
The maximum penalty on that is 8 points on your driving record, fine as high as $2,650, and a possible jail term of 10 days. You understand the maximum penalty? The second allegation is no proof of insurance is required. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And that has a maximum penalty of 4 points on your driving record, a fine as high as $2,650, and has a minimum penalty of $500 imposed by the state legislature, which can be cut in half with mitigation. You understand the minimum and maximum penalty on the insurance charge?
Yes, sir.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review your legal rights?
I did.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
None.
Do you feel you understand them? Do you know what a trial is? Do you know what a trial is?
Yes, sir, I do.
And you understand you have a right to an attorney.
Yes, sir.
I have that instead of a trial, you'd like to enter into an agreement where you would plead guilty to a 4-point speeding ticket, and the town would dismiss the insurance charge and you would take a level 1 driving class. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by agreeing to that you are giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Did anybody threaten you, force you, coerce you, or otherwise make you plead guilty against your will?
No, sir.
Anybody promise you anything that's not been said in court?
No, sir.
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Yes, sir. It is.
Are you under the influence of anything that affects your ability to make a decision?
Sorry,
We've covered all the required questions. How do you plead to 4-point speeding?
no contest.
Court will accept a no contest plea, provided you understand that means I get to sentence you as though you had pled guilty.
Yes, sir.
Court will accept the plea finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. You're entitled to make a statement and welcome to, but not required to. Is there anything you want to tell me?
No, sir, I'm good.
All right. Court will impose the penalty for 10 to 19 over 4 points, which is $140. But there are $30 court costs and $25 imposed by town council surcharge. So that ends up being at $195. Do you need a payment plan or can you pay
Can
that?
I pay with a check?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I pay today.
Take every method,
Okay.
except we don't take Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As long as I'm sitting here, we're not taking Bitcoin. Please see my court clerk. She'll process out your paperwork. Jonathan Gambino. Sir, your matter was set for trial for today, and I have paperwork that you've changed your mind and you wish to enter into an agreement to plead guilty to following too closely 4 points and dismiss the speeding charge, which was 4 points. Is that correct?
That's true.
Okay. You understand by doing so, you're giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor won't have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody threaten you to get you plead guilty?
No, sir.
Anybody promise you anything not said? Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything?
Yes, sir.
Then I get to ask you to repeat, how do you plead to following too closely, guilty or not?
Guilty.
Court accepts the plea finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. You're entitled to and welcome to make a statement, but you're also not required to. Is there anything you want to tell me?
I would like to apologize for following too closely. You know, I wasn't really paying attention, and I can assure you it won't happen again, Your Honor. And I also signed up for a driving class. It's the Alive by 25 driving class. I'm gonna take it in November because there wasn't any Zoom classes available and it's too far away, but I'll be taking the class in November.
Backed up on Live at 25. So there's also a private company that does a level 1 driving class. But Alive at 25 is great. Appreciate you doing that. The normal fine on following too closely is $140. And then $30 court costs and $25 surcharge. Unfortunately, takes it up to $195. Do you need a payment plan or can you pay that?
I can pay it.
All right, please see my court clerk.
Thank you.
The court is temporarily out of files.
May I approach?
You may. Kent Henley. Mr. Henley, you were summoned to court to answer allegations that you failed to stop at a stop sign. Do you understand the charge? The maximum penalty is 4 points on your driving record and a possible fine as high as $2,650. Do you understand the maximum penalty?
I do.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review your legal rights? Do you have any questions about your rights?
I do. What happens if the police officer doesn't show up?
For trial, then it'd probably be dismissed.
Okay.
But this is an advisement arraignment. This isn't
Okay.
a trial.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Do you know what a trial is?
Kind of, yeah.
Do you need an explanation?
You're good, honestly.
Okay. Basically, your legal rights is a description of the rights you would have at a trial and leading up to a trial. You understand you have a right to hire an attorney.
I do, yeah.
How would you like to proceed?
I would like to request a continuance, please.
Okay, we can have you back in November on the 19th. And again, that would be at 5 o'clock. That conclude our docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
We can go off record.